says we're gonna talk about it. Roxy says we're gonna talk about it.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Roxy with Roxy Says, and we're gonna talk about it. So today we are reviewing The Ultimatum Queer Love Season 1, Episode 1. First of all, let me say this show was definitely an easy watch. You know some shows that are like a damn drag to get through. This was not that. It kept me entertained, it kept me engaged, and I like the couple so far. Before we get into this video, comment down below who you believe is gonna be a hot ass mess this season. I know we're all thinking of the same person. Comment down below before we get into this video. And while you're doing that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So let's get right into it. So I watched the previous season of The Ultimatum and I really liked it. I really liked the concept. I couldn't do it, but I like watching other people do it. So on this show, you'll have couples who one person is ready to get married and the other one is not ready to get married. So the person who is ready to get married gives the other person an ultimatum and says, look, either we get together now or we say bye forever. So that is the concept of this show. And through this process, you're supposed to be able to learn if you really love the person that you're with and if you're really ready to marry them, or if you two should just go your separate ways and move on with your life. So I'm reading from my notes, okay? Because we don't know these people yet, so I had to take a lot of notes, all right? So first off, we have Yoli and Mal, right? They've been together for 3 years. Yoli is the one who gave the ultimatum to Mal. She wants to get married. She's ready to move forward with Mal. But Mal says that she is hesitant on getting married because she wants to have her finances in order. She wants to have the down payment for the house in order. She wants to be able to provide for Yoli. And Yoli is like, I just want to be with you. Like, I don't need all of that other stuff. I just want to be with you. Let's get married. Mal actually lets us know that she's been friends with Yoli before they got together as a couple. So she knows that Yoli is a serial monogamist. She falls in love real easy. She falls in love hard. She always wants to be in a relationship with somebody. So Mal is like, how do I know that you really want this with me? Right? Because you wanted it with everyone in the past. How do I know that I'm any different? So that's what makes Mal a bit hesitant on going forward with marrying Yoli at this time. Next, we have Lexi. She's 24 years old. She gave the ultimatum to her girlfriend, Ray. They've been together for 3 years, right? Lexi wants children. She wants to be married. Ray has reservations because she has an idea of a picture-perfect life, a picture-perfect relationship, and she feels like they don't have that. And because they don't have that, they're not ready to move forward in marriage. And Lexi is like, look, no relationship is going to be perfect. I'm not going to be able to give you perfection. But what we have right now is good enough to be married. Ray is like, not so much. Next, we have Mildred and Tiffany. Mildred gave Tiffany the ultimatum. They've been together, I think I saw like a year and 11 months. So just shy of 2 years they've been together. They met on IG. Tiffany hit Mildred up in the DMs and it's been, they've been rocking ever since. Tiff lets us know that although Mildred is saying she wants to be married, Mildred always breaks up with her. She breaks up with her at the drop of a dime and then gets back together in a day, in an hour. So she's like, girl, how are you saying you want to marry me, but every other day you trying to break up with me? Like, it's not giving, it's not making sense. This does not look like a relationship that is ready for marriage at all. Tiffany also says that their communication is horrible, which would make sense. That's why y'all breaking up every other day. Mildred, if y'all can't communicate, y'all need to get that sorted out before you worried about marriage because y'all gonna be divorced in an hour. Also, Tiffany lets us know that Mildred has been married in the past. So that's also something that's in the back of her mind. Mildred has already been married and divorced. So Tiffany is like, yeah, who's to say that won't happen with us? I will say Mildred and Tiffany, that's a hot couple, right? You can tell that they be getting it in. You can tell that they have a good time together. There's a lot of passion, a lot of chemistry between the two. I can just look at those two and tell when they get into an argument, it's bad. When it's good, it's great. But when it's bad, it's hell, okay? I can see that clear as day with Mildred and Tiff. When they interviewed Tiffany to ask her how she feels about the whole situation, she's like, look, I love what I have with Mildred, but if I had to decide today to marry her, I would still say no. I was like, damn, Tiffany. Like, Tiffany's like, yeah, no. But I do like that this show gives us people who are being honest, people who are able to honestly communicate that they are not ready for marriage, right? I would prefer someone letting me know, like, look, I'm not ready to marry you, as opposed to getting married after paperwork is signed and then years down the line or months down the line, they're like,
I never wanted to be with you.
And that's why I like the concept of this show, because people can be vulnerable and just keep it real. Like, I'm not ready to be married right now. And someone else is able to say, well, I am ready to be married right now. This is what I want. And if you can't give it to me, then I'm gonna have to, go. So the next couple we have is Sam and Aussie. Sam is ready to be married. Aussie is not. They've been together for 1.5 years. Now, I know everyone has their own journey. To me, honestly, 1.5 years is not enough time to fully know somebody. You never know someone 100%, but to me, I think 1.5 years is too soon. I feel like they're on this show prematurely. I feel like all of the couples who've only been together for less than 2.5 years, I feel like it's kind of premature to be giving someone an ultimatum for marriage. 1 year, 1.5 years, that's really not a long time. To me, that's really not a long enough time to say okay, I want to be with you forever. That's just how I see it. Also, this couple, I don't see any depth between them. I don't see any passion. They just keep joking about the alarm clock. It seems really surface level to me between these two. I don't see it for them. I don't really see it for this couple at all, but we'll see how it pans out. Aussie does let Sam know, look, you brought me here. I'm going to fully indulge in this experiment. Okay, so you can't get mad or hold anything against me. You brought me here. Okay, so I'm going to do what I want to do, and you are free to do what you want to do, okay? But it is what it is. I'm okay, Aussie, she letting it be known straight up, Aussie is trying to get busy, okay? So we'll see what happens. Next, we have Xander and Vanessa. Vanessa is going to be a hot ass mess, okay? I can see it already. I can see it already. So Xander and Vanessa, they've known each other since high school. Their boyfriends in high school were actually best friends. And then they got together. That's hilarious to me. So they've been together for 4 years. Vanessa says that she is pansexual and she likes her freedom. She doesn't want to be tied down to anyone. She feels like marriage is too permanent, and that's just not something that she's ready for. Xander is ready for marriage. Xander loves Vanessa and she wants to be together. If I could make one prediction, it would be that Xander and Vanessa are not leaving this experiment together. So all the couples meet each other. We meet the host. I didn't even catch the host's name, but they all meet each other. Mal and Vanessa are already flirting, child. I'm okay, well, we see what's gonna happen. I'm damn, y'all didn't even leave the dinner. Y'all already flirting with each other. Gosh, come on now, have some respect. So the next day, everyone wakes up and they're now single. So the people who they came with are now their exes, right? So it's a little meet and greet, speed dating. People are asking each other questions. They're getting to know each other, seeing who is going to be the person that they're going to pick to spend those 3 weeks with. Mal and Vanessa learn that they have the same birthday. So obviously they're the same sign. And I'm oh, hell no. I've said before in previous videos that I don't think that two people of the same sign should date. I think that is a recipe for disaster. I'm an Aries. I dated a male Aries before. Lord have mercy. It was a mess. I could laugh about it now, but child, it was a hot ass mess, okay? I think that two people of the same signs are too similar to be together. Do not recommend. 0 stars, okay? In the beginning, we see that Xander isn't really putting herself out there with the other ladies because she's stuck on looking at what Vanessa is doing. And Vanessa is all over the place. Vanessa is mingling, honey, okay? She not even checking for Xan. She not thinking about Xan. Xan finally opens up with Lexi, okay? And I'm I wonder what it could be about Lexi that made Xan open up, because Xan couldn't even verbalize what it was about Lexi. I wonder what it could have been. Listen, Lexi knew what she was doing. She came to the mixer with a bathing suit on. The tatas was sitting, okay? They were up and they were out and they were in your face. And she said it. She was look, I put on the sexiest bikini I could find, okay? I'm not mad at it, Lexi. If you got it and you want to show it off, sis. So after Lexi meets up with Xander, Vanessa, Xander's ex, meets up with Lexi and they get to talking. Lexi tells Vanessa that in her relationships, she likes to be the provider. She likes to be the protector. She makes a lot of decisions and she's never been in a relationship with someone who she felt like she didn't have to take care of, right? She's in a relationship with Ray and she says that she's never been with someone who can just take charge and get things done. So she's always had to be that person in all of her relationships. So among the meetups, we see Yoli and Xander meet up, and each of them gave their partner the ultimatum. And they both connect in the sense that all they want from their partner is to choose them, right? To say, I want to be with you. I have no doubts. I have no questions. I love you, and you're the person that I want to be with, because that's how they feel about their partners, but they're not receiving that from their partners. So it's a really weird space to be in, to know that you are in love with someone, you know that you want to be with this person for the rest of your life, but they don't feel the same way. So in some sense, I really commend these people for putting themselves out there, letting their partner know that they want to be with them forever. And even though their partner already told them, like, look, I don't see it like that right now, they're still willing to work through it. So if they like it, I love it. Not for me. Not for me. But if they're both open to going through this experience together, more power to them. If y'all like it, I love it, honey. Okay. So after the meet and greet, it's later at night and they're all at dinner, drinking and chatting. And Vanessa makes a comment and says that everyone should announce who their first choice is so far. And everyone is like, yeah, no, we're not ready to quite do that. And Vanessa volunteers Yoli, and she's like, Yoli, how about you? And Yoli responds, if Vanessa wasn't at the table, I would date everyone here. And I was like, okay, we got some shade. Vanessa catches that shade and she's like, well, I'm from New Jersey. Bring it on. So we see that Yoli and Vanessa, they're not feeling each other at all. So Vanessa and Lexi scooch over away from the group and have their own side conversation. Now remember, Lexi wants commitment and Vanessa doesn't. So I found it really interesting that those two are attracted to each other, are so attracted to each other because they both want different things. But it could be one of those situations, you know, you've heard plenty of stories about couples who were together for years and years and years, and one person didn't want marriage and then they broke up, and the next person that they got with, they got married in like a week, right? Like we've all heard this, we've all heard stories like that. So it can be very possible that maybe it just takes the right person for Vanessa to be with to make her want to commit and be married. Or maybe Vanessa just won't be a free bird her entire life. We don't know, but I find it really interesting that these two are so attracted to each other when they want completely different things right now. And they too are really surprised that they're feeling each other so much because it's unexpected for them as well. So Vanessa puts more feelers out there because remember earlier, Lexi was saying that she likes to be a provider, right? I caught that, Vanessa. She called Lexi a sugar mama. And Lexi's like, yeah, I'll make the money. And Vanessa's like, yeah, and I'll spend the money. And I'm like, okay. Vanessa's like, ooh, I found me a little sugar mama, period. So the two agreed to go on a date tomorrow. So after that, Ray pulls Vanessa aside. Now, mind you, Ray is Lexi's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, right? And they start talking and discussing the connection that they had. And it's interesting because Vanessa pretty much says the same thing to Ray that she was just saying to Lexi, that she's surprised that they're so attracted to each other, but she really likes her and Vanessa's complimenting her. Vanessa is not putting all her eggs in one basket. I'm not mad at her. Vanessa's playing the field. I'm like, look, that's what they're here for. Vanessa and Ray cheers to a second date. So Vanessa's going on a date with Ray and her girlfriend Lexi. So that should be interesting to see. Listen, tell me what you think about the first episode of The Ultimatum Queer Love. I'm feeling it. It kept me entertained. It kept me engaged. And I definitely see that the mess is brewing. Tell me who are your favorite couples so far. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.